Greetings from Everquest Footpad. This is the Seeds of Destruction era video, and I wanted to discuss monster missions through Old Man McKenzie. Old Man McKenzie is located here in the Eastern Trader Building. You go to the brewery, you go through this door, and you hail him. Now, Old Man McKenzie here, he's like this one-eyed dwarf. Okay, I use the old model, so he looks a little different than how he does on the web page. But you hail him, and what he does is he gives you one of 3 group missions, or one of 2 raid missions. So he has 3 group missions and 2 raid missions. And what you do is you shroud down to level 50, and you get to choose a class. So you can be a level 50 rogue, if you like, or a level 50 necromancer. So you can you can play a different character. B, you can play a character from a classic era, so you can play classic era content, which is my main reason for doing it, because I love the content. But there's actually some great quest rewards. You can see this whole place gets just piled up with player characters asking for Old Man McKenzie missions. I'm going to skip over to the Alakazam page and go over some of those missions and go from there. So here's Old Man McKenzie, and he's the guy. He is a different model, obviously. But yeah, you can either request a Nagafen or Vox raid, or a Solusec B or Nagafen's lair, Cursed Guck or Lower Guck. Cursed Guck is the undead side of Guck, and Lower Guck is the live side of Lower Guck. Soul B, you basically killing kobolds. So this one's like kobolds, bats, and bugs. This is undead frogs mainly. And then Lower Guck is live frogs and minotaurs that you'd be killing. Level 50 era zones. Now the quest rewards for this is you get 1 McKenzie brew for every group mission, and you get 2 McKenzie brews for a raid mission. And you can use this to buy era appropriate gear that's improved. So if you just go over here to the Cloak of Flames, look at this. This is the new and improved Cloak of Flames. Okay. Yeah. Let me go down to let's just say Lower Guck. This is the live side of Lower Guck. So this is one of the missions. And so what you have to do is you have to kill like the Evil Eye, the Froglog Noble, the Froglog Tactician, the Froglog King. So these are live mobs and named minotaurs. So you kill them, and your quest rewards are you're given 1 McKenzie special brew, you're given around 2,000 plat, which is pretty nice. At level 85, you get 3% of your level and 3 AAs. Okay, so you get levels here. This says an 18-hour lockout. At the end, you're also given a chest, and you have a chance of dropping the new and improved Mithril 2-hander. I'd really like to get Annulus, the Mithril 2-hander. So this is great group gear if you're trying to, gear up an alt or a box. But look at this Mithril 2-hander. I mean, it's not only does it have Warren Haste on it, but it's got this all these great heroic stats. It's 99 damage, 34 delay, 41 AC, Dark Sieve. I don't even know what that is. It's a hit point decrease, 225 hit point decrease. And it increases your mana, so it's like a mana tap. That's nice. So yeah, this Mithril 2-hander, that'd be a very nice 2-handed weapon for Annulus. But let's see, from the undead side, let's see, Cursed Guck, I think you can get a short sword of Yaksha, a new and improved short sword of Yaksha. Here, there you go. So it's nice. It's era appropriate short sword of Yaksha, which has a nice hit point decrease and it procs a stun. So this is a nice hate weapon. So yeah, so at the conclusion of this mission, either the group missions or the raid missions are even better. Let's see here, let's look at Nagafen. So you can get the new and improved Cloak of Flames, or the new and improved Red Dragon Scale Armor, Mithril Vambraces, all these great stuff. And you get, and with the conclusion of a Nagafen mission, you can get these items, one of them, which you can roll with your buddies that you conclude the mission with. But you also get McKenzie Special Brew, which when you get enough of McKenzie Special Brew collected, you can buy those items from McKenzie. And so you get experience, you get AA, you get money. You get a chance on rolling on the group gear. With some of the raid gear, you have a chance on rolling on raid gear. One thing to note is with faction, if you're, say for example, you're in Lower Guck, and say it reverts to whatever faction you were with when you opened the mission. So right now I'm full ally because I did the Wood Elf Illusion on both Deal and Annulus. So when you enter, you're basically, your faction is, at least my faction is allied, so I can go from Evil Eye to Crusader to Patriarch and just kill just these mobs and not suffer any faction hits after leaving the instance. You do suffer faction hits while you're in the instance, but not when you leave it. Your faction reverts back to what your faction was when you entered. So that's pretty cool. So some of these costs are quite high. If you look at the 74 McKenzie Special Brew, this costs quite a lot. It gives 25 AC, hit point, man endurance, corruption, and heroic stats. This can be slotted in to several different slots: ears, fingers, feet, waist, pretty much just about any slot, but it's quite expensive. The way you figure out how much brew you have is you go under alt currency, and right here I have 7. So it's not bad, but pretty far away from getting that AC Og 74. But what I can buy now, which I'm not going to spend my money now, you can get nice weight reduction bags. So the first things that you'll be able to buy are the bags. At 14, you can start buying some of the group gear, which probably with Annulus, I'm just going to get him group gear. But then it starts going up. We can start getting better and better gear. Here's the Mask of Deception. Just to compare, here's my Guise of the Deceiver. So it's nice group content for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's just not comparable. Other than the Illusion Dark Elf, they're just uncomparable items. The skull-shaped barbute, if I right-click that, compared to my helmet, it's a much better helmet, and 21 cost, not bad. I actually might go for this helmet. It's got Faerun on it. I'd lose Ferocity 6, but I have Ferocity 7 on another piece of gear. But yeah. So yeah, 21, I'm basically a third of the way to getting the skull-shaped barbute. There's the thick banded belt, the TBD. This is a haste item compared to my current belt. Let's see here. This is my current belt. So my current belt is a little better. It's my cleave item. My cleave item gives me a backstab modifier as well. So yeah, I probably wouldn't go for that. Let's see if I can slot that AC Og into waist, which you can. That's nice. So you can put that into your waist. So yeah, great missions to do for Old Man McKenzie. Again, alternative advancement, experience, money, a chance to roll for the group gear. McKenzie Special Brew wish you to buy these items. Get a chance to shroud down and play another class. You're playing with a level 50 tune, which has era appropriate gear, so appropriate gear to the classic era. I can show you some videos that I took of that. The way that they do your spells is they're done as alternate advancements. So some people like that, some people don't like that. But yeah, let me show you some of that footage. And I just have some group footage. I haven't done any footage from the raids yet. I'm trying to get some people together to do raids. Now they do have 18-hour lockouts, so some people are just doing this over and over and over and over again, trying to get enough McKenzie Special Brews accumulated. So let's check out some of this video content. Okay, so here we are entering into, this looks like Lower Guck, and so I'm entering in as a Necromancer. Annulus is entering as a Mage, both level 50. And the way that you choose your spells is you go under your alternate advancement tab, and you create hotkeys for your spells. So I'm an Erudite Necromancer and a Dark Elf Mage. So once we've created hotkeys, actually this looks like the live side of Lower Guck, so we're working down to the live side. And one of our players is an enchanter. He worked himself down to the Minotaur Patriarch and basically just mezzed him. And we invised the characters that are like threatening to the live side faction. And those that were full allied didn't even have to invis, walk right there, kill the Minotaur Patriarch. Here's an undead mission. We basically bum rush the Frenzied Ghoul. So again, 6 level 50 players. Both of us are boxing 2. The enchanter basically mezzes the crowd. And my Necromancer is, stacks just a single dot, and then life taps. And uses Banish Undead, and then my mage just uses her pet and Shotgun Blades kind of thing. So just using like caster DPS and pet DPS. Pretty straightforward. One of the things I had to deal with and you start understanding is that when you're playing a Necromancer, which I never really appreciated as a rogue, in order to keep your mana pool high, you need to lich, but that converts your hit points into mana, kind of like this shaman that's constantly cannibalizing here, which you don't really have to do in the modern game, but back then you did. So back then you also had to use lich, and lich could kill yourself with lich, so you have to make sure that you're life tapping. Very important. It's also why I think Necros go after that Demi-Lich Skull to help them with that, with Lich and life taps and keeping their health topped off. So anyways, I think we finished Frenzy Ghoul here. We're working towards the Ghoul Archmagus. And so what we did is we just killed the Frenzy Ghoul, Invisiverse Undead. So with the Necro being able to IVU and played by me, one of my friends able to Invisiverse Undead, being the enchanter. We're able to get the whole group invised, and we just work ourselves towards the Ghoul Archmagus. Of course, here we fall down the trap, so it's basically like you have to relearn an old zone that you haven't played in many years. Each character has like basic group gear from this time period. Like very, very limited clickies. And we're working towards the Archmagus room. I think we're about to engage him here. Yeah, so yeah, he's around the corner. There's a secret wall. Oh no, this is the reanimated hand. I don't have any videos. Here's the Ghoul Archmagus. So I don't have any videos of the reanimated hand, but anyways, we killed the Ghoul Archmagus here. And let me go ahead and skip ahead to a video here where we get the ruined cowl, and we get the ruined cowl and the short sword Yeksha. So this was the group loot, which is very nice. So this was the conclusion of the undead side. So I have a little bit of footage from the live side and much more footage from the undead side. Let's see what else. Over here, we have Nagafen's Lair, and so the Nagafen's Lair mission requires that you kill these kobolds. Here's the Kobold Noble. Kill him, and after you've killed the kobolds, you also have to kill some named bugs and bats, and then you have to finish with the Afridi Lord. Once you finish with the Afridi Lord, then you spawn a chest and can get the group gear. And then you leave the instance and type /reward to claim your McKenzie Special Brew, and that's when you're awarded your AA abilities, your experience, and your money. So it's a great mission. It's a great, I think my main reason for playing it because I enjoy the content from this classic era. Absolutely enjoy this content. So it allows players that still want to play that content to go back and play it without having to switch to a new server and start from level 1 to 50 and start all over again. So you can still play this content, still play it with era appropriate gear. You're not, overpowered. I think some players that don't like this like being overpowered and like having that, advantage over these era mobs. But I do like the challenge of it. Once you've learned it, it can be a little repetitive. So that's one drawback to doing this, because you have to do it several times in order to get enough McKenzie Special Brews accumulated to buy those Augs. Those Augs are nice. Those Augs won't drop in a raid or a group instance. So I think that's why people are doing this over and over, to get their hands on those Augs. And the experience is great. But for me, I love the content. I love the AA. I think the AA and experience and the money, let's face it, the money is just great. And because when you're out there in the real world, just grinding at level 85 with mercenaries, it's really unpredictable what will drop and what won't. Where here, you're pretty much guaranteed 3%, 3 AA money. And the cool thing is your faction is unchanged when you leave the instance. It reverts back to what your faction was originally, so you can re-enter the instance as an ally, for example, on the live side. So I found the live side to be very easy in Lower Guck. The undead side, I have 2 paladins in my group, and they've memorized the undead side, so they know exactly where to go, where to be. And all of us, Solusec B is kind of new to all of us. So one final thing is some of these mobs are invis. Like the Guano Harvester is this goblin that's invis, so you need a tracker in your group. So I would suggest bringing a tracker and having a C invis up. So you need to have that up. So just a couple other small minor things. So anyways, these Old Man McKenzie missions are great, OMM missions, so I'd highly recommend doing them. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.